We start tonight with a tragedy rocking a local community and beyond. A Marysville police officer died today in the line of duty. The police department identified him as Officer Osmar Rodarte. He was shot and killed while executing a search warrant in Yuba County. He worked with the agency for 2 years. It's been more than a century since Marysville police lost an officer in the line of duty.
That shooting happened in Olivehurst this morning. Investigators say the officer was working with the Yuba Sutter Narcotics and Gang Task Force when someone opened fire. The suspect was shot and killed. ABC 10's Garshpal Sangha has been following this story all day.
So Garshpal, take us through what happened and where things stand right now.
Yeah, Chris and Laura, where this happened, which is about 6 miles from where I'm at right now, that scene wrapped up about 25 minutes ago, and investigators were on scene for 13 plus hours collecting evidence, trying to piece together exactly what happened there. But we're told this was an operation involving multiple locations targeting drug trafficking networks, but sadly ended up with the officer dying. A quiet Yuba County neighborhood of Olivehurst became the backdrop of a tragic reminder of the dangers law enforcement face. The Yuba County District Attorney's Office says the Yuba Sutter Narcotics and Gang Enforcement Task Force were executing 20 search warrants across Northern California following a years-long investigation. One of those led to an exchange of gunfire, resulting in the death of Officer Osmar Rodarte.
These were major players moving poison through our communities. And we couldn't just sit and watch it happen. We had to do something about it. And it's just tragic.
This operation targeted dangerous drug traffickers moving drugs from Mexico.
The central suspects in this operation were part of transnational drug trafficking organizations that were moving methamphetamine and deadly fentanyl across the border from Mexico into our state, where it was harming our communities and our children.
Investigators say majority of the search warrants went as planned across Butte, Sutter, Tehama, and Yuba counties. But Officer Rodarte died from his injuries at the hospital, while the suspect who engaged in gunfire died on scene. The officer's death has left the community in mourning.
We've grown up here our whole lives. It saddened us, you know. We don't want to see anybody killed, especially an officer in the line of duty, trying to save our community from fentanyl and things of that nature.
For neighbors living nearby, this incident has shaken their sense of security.
I feel safe around here, but you know, this incident was like questionable now, so that's definitely a big change to the community.
And law enforcement also tells us one other person at that home was arrested, but we're told they were later released. Now, the DA office also tells us they're going to be releasing more information about the other search warrants that they conducted and also the arrests that were made. Reporting live from the Marysville Police Department headquarters, Garshpal Sangha, ABC 10.
Yeah, still so much more to unpack as the investigation continues, but really just a heartbreaking day for the community and the family. Our hearts go out to them during this difficult time. Garshpal, thank you for the update. New tonight, Governor Gavin Newsom released a statement on Officer Rodarte's death. In a post online, he says in part, quote, "Our thoughts are with the Marysville community and Officer Rodarte's family as we mourn his sudden and tragic loss." The governor has ordered flags at the state capitol be flown at half-staff in his honor. This evening, tributes and flowers continue to line the outside of the Marysville Police Department, many showing their support for their community and officers at the end of this tragic day.
It all comes as the city of Marysville gathered to show their support for the fallen hero. I want you to take a look. A line of law enforcement and other first responders made their way through downtown Marysville. Many people say they were caught off guard and moved by that show of support.
A community procession for Officer Osmar Rodarte is being held tomorrow morning. ABC 10 will be there live. It's expected to start at 9:30 at the Lakeside Colonial Chapel. You can watch it right here, both on air and on the ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. And meanwhile, we're learning narcotic raids are some of the most dangerous operations law enforcement can face, because in most cases, drugs, weapons, and money are involved.
ABC 10 spoke to Robert Grant, who has 30 years in law enforcement, including in narcotics, and knows firsthand how dangerous serving warrants can be, especially in these cases. He says attempting to serve 20 warrants in a single day, as agencies were doing in Marysville, is a massive undertaking. When organized crime or drug rings are involved, information spreads fast between suspects. escalating the danger with every door knock.
Because imagine you're in dope house number 18, and number 1 goes down, and you start to get an inkling, the police are there in number 1. Then you get a second call from number 3, and then from 7. And now you're in 18 thinking, oh my goodness, I need to start preparing. You start, trying to destroy evidence and the like. By the time they actually get to the 18th door, that's as dangerous as it comes.
That escalation, he says, is why judges often approve nighttime and no-knock warrants, knowing any delay could turn deadly. He also said in operations like this, every officer on scene plays an important role, meaning the Marysville officer may have been there simply to provide necessary support. He says we could see more large-scale narcotics operations just like this one under the current administration, saying with a tighter focus on the nation's border, the drug trade is changing, making these raids even more high risk.
And more reaction tonight. Assemblymember James Gallagher, who represents this district, is also mourning the loss of the fallen Marysville officer tonight. He says the officer was a hero and went to work understanding the risks of his job, all to protect his community. ABC 10 caught up with Gallagher just as he was about to speak at a committee hearing at the state capitol. He was overcome with emotion, reflecting on what happened in his district.
There's a police officer who's no longer protecting our community, a father, I have kids of my own, and so you think about, this is a guy who had his whole career ahead of him.
For now, Gallagher says he is going to focus on figuring out what exactly happened and to provide support for the community. Again, ABC 10 will be live at Officer Rodarte's procession tomorrow. We will be streaming it live on the ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. We're continuing to learn more details and we'll bring you any updates on air and on the app. You can download the app to your TV.